Welcome back to Satisfactory. Okay, let's hit it. I added the Mark V belt. Let's see if we give us a little bit more boost. We're gonna try it. I think we're gonna fall short, but we're gonna try it anyway. It's just so weird that hitting the hyper cannon from here gets me all the way to there, almost with no problem. But trying to go back is almost impossible. Uh-oh. I probably shouldn't have hit that last little bit. That's pro levels of hyper canning there. Of course, now I've got the tiny spiders behind us. Don't even try it, little spiders. I think they're gonna follow us all the way back. We're like a mile away, they're still jumping at us. Okay, let's see if we can pick up the sheets. We have pretty much everything that we needed. That's what I was doing in between videos, just shopping. Didn't make any choices. Lots and lots of sheets. Actually, it should be relatively simple here because all we need is the mega aluminum product. And now it's just a matter of trying to remember what the heck we set up here. I think everything's going to go to the top, which does simplify things, and then we'll deal with it. We might have to put a little extra roof piece on here to deal with that. But all the products that we make and everything that is supplied, I think goes up to the top. So that's easy. Assuming everything clicks in and works, it's easy. I guess the first thing I need to do is make sure that we're building these in the right direction. Normally I'd build these in the opposite direction, but with the wackiness associated with this splitters and mergers on the lift, I've decided to not do it that way. Purely in an effort to try to eliminate any potential issues with the lifts. We need a little more to get everything connected. Okay. If nothing else, it's all password. Oh yeah, this side doesn't have anything specified because we actually don't have access to the empty canister recipe yet. One of these needs to be ingots and one of them needs to be... Well, I guess they technically both have to be ingots. One needs to be aluminum and one needs to be copper. Ah, got exactly all three of them wrong. All right, that one makes sense. It's not clear exactly where I wanted to connect anything else, to be honest. Ah, I left myself a little hint right here. And it looks like this is where I was planning to input this side. Okay, so we're gonna have to deal with this after the fact, looks to me. You know, the fact that that doesn't know which way to connect this makes me very worried. But maybe just be on the safe side. We'll connect it in the same direction. Oops. Maybe I should try putting a hole here. I was going to try to skip that so we wouldn't have to worry about any kind of odd lift situations. But it looks like odd lift situations is just what we're going to be dealing with. I'm tempted to try to connect both of these to both of these. I guess if I turn this, we can squeeze in a little bit of a connectivity here. Exactly what I was afraid of. It went straight and then stopped. I do not understand. I can see it. It says it's there. But it does not claim it at all. We'll try a direct connection from the merger. Of course, this time it decides to turn it around the other way. Let me try this again. Our inventory is going to be full of aluminum ingots. Right? Because I want it facing the same way as all the other ones. But it's just turning it whichever way it wants. I might have to just accept it. Alright, now for whatever reason it's connecting, so we'll try the infinite lift yet again. Well, that was easy. Why are we stopped over here? Oh, probably lack of coal. I'll have to figure that out in a second. Probably a lack of coal right here, right? Yeah. I might have a little coal on me. Virtually. We gotta get our copper ingots into the mix. This should be relatively easy. I think we can get this locked in relatively quickly. Trying to avoid clipping. I know. But today I'm trying to avoid clipping. Of course. I wonder, since this is a separate section, I wonder if it's just this section that's the problem. Oh, the aluminum's already coming out. Let's put 3 blanks in. I'm not really ready to put those in yet, but that's where we're gonna store all this stuff. I said blank and it's called empty, and it just threw me for a loop there. And it's technically not empty because there's a test machine or two in there, but it's fine. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do with this yet, but we'll figure it out. Okay. Man, those few machines have already filled all the output belts. Super efficient, I guess. Really? Technically, it doesn't see itself as connected. Let me delete this. Reconnect it from the merger and see if this goes. Thank goodness. So I could just cram a bunch of storage in here and deal with it later, which is what I think I'm gonna do. We'll just have this be the storage level for okay. Well, let's make a significant amount here. That's pretty good, actually. And that's what, 8 industrial storage containers full? If I really want to expand it, I can. But I think we want to leave space for moving things around. Chances are good we're only going to want to move things up here for shipping out with drones. Of course, if we make the drone platform out there, that's a different question. We'll have to see what we want to do there. Now let's see if we can get our way through to collecting everything else. We've got the outputs connected. Should be pretty straightforward to get these inputs connected. That's looking pretty good. Then I think I'm going to go ahead and squeeze in a little organizational uploader here. Actually, hold on. How do we want to do this? Might say half, but then we'll also put a storage on it. That's a pretty good chunk of sheets. Of course, we're running out because we don't have any coal. Oh, we were doing so well. We were doing so well. Why am I getting razors? Like my mouse needs to talk to me about things. I don't even think I'm using a razor. I should uninstall that. Let's see. Last thing we did, probably somewhere in the midst of the digital uploader. I was just about to dump my stuff so I could go grab some coal. I could put the organization back here, but then you wouldn't be able to see it as well. So I figure if I put it here, you can see it when you're walking by. So you at least know where the uploader was when you came to check on it. Oh wow, I just put that in totally backwards. Normally I say things are easier the second time. I guess that's not always true. Oh. Our connections aren't even done. Okay. I was wondering why everything was so quiet. There we go. Four whole sheets in the digital uploader. We're gonna go over here and grab some good old-fashioned coal. Uh-oh. This is why you always check your inventory before you jump into a hyper cannon, because I could have jumped into that hyper cannon without fuel or even a jetpack, and that would have been bad news. where we're headed, coal, so that's a long trip. Oopsie. Oh, wow. This is bad news. I should have checked even more. We only have like a tiny drop of fuel. Not even enough to really safely land at our emergency location. Getting a little too good at bad landings. We have our geothermal emergency landing location over here. Which is just enough to give us a boost. We've got that coal. I was halfway tempted to land on that building and jump again, but this will get us close enough. You gotta fly around in hyper cannons. You gotta make sure you're always at full health. This is definitely a place where we need to put in a... Well, we definitely need to sky bridge this over to our trucking area. And then we also want to probably just go ahead and... I mean, this is just a single coal. It's not even overclocked. We'll have to see if that single belt of coal is enough. It might be to supply both of those. Our trucking unit and our what is soon to be our aluminum products factory. See, from that one, we're flying great. Like, we're gonna get all the way there, no problem. But a closer one that's pointing in the right direction, we have way more trouble. Okay, that coal's going, which means we are processing the solution into scrap. The scrap's being made into ingots, which means we're making a little bit of silica. Not enough, obviously. We're going to have to import some silica as well. Maybe I should just import everything. The problem is... No, we can have a couple of things that we import from the ground and a few things that we import from the ceiling. We're definitely exporting from the ceiling. There's really no reason to run stuff all the way back down. So occasionally this is going to send to both sides, and then sometimes it simply will not. Now let's see, what did I plan over here? I think I just wanted one input and two outputs, with one input being right here. I didn't fully well, no, there's another output right there. We might be running out of room here. Okay, I guess I could at least... Why is this one turning this way? Is it really gonna do this? I'm gonna start at the top. Let's try a merger. For whatever reason, I don't feel fully confident this is going to work. Nor do I feel like that. Is that where I want to connect that? Actually, yes, because this one is set to connect directly onto here. So we'll just connect you back like this. Yeah, that's not connected. It's not connected at all. I think if we're going to do this, we have to connect it. Connect it. I feel like they're obligating me to delete this little piece and then try our best to get it to reconnect. Okay, that's not gonna go, obviously. And now this whole line is broken. Okay, this part of the line is working now. I don't know what's different, but I'm gonna take it. We'll make this the casing storage level. We'll leave ourselves a little extra room in case we want to store more or do some different distribution schemes. But for now, one stack, or two stacks, I guess technically, is enough. We're so close. I was gonna stack the store the casings and call it. That'll give us an opportunity to get a nice amount of casings stored up, ready to go for when we want to use them. We'll be ready to go. That might be reason enough to super expand that storage amount. But first, we gotta get through it without crashing. Okay. Let's see. What did we do here? Get these reconnected. Let's get a save game going. Uh-oh. It's like close. It might be just an overlap, enough overlap to be cool without it being totally completely in the way. And then we'll put a little organization on here. We'll split this and then we will call it. I saw a couple casings go through. Wait a minute, why are you full on sheets? Oh. We must have crashed at some point before the sheep belt got built. Okay, that looks about right. Now we've got a ton of sheets going through. Why isn't this number increasing? Uh-oh. Did I connect these wrong? Yeah, this should not be connected here. I was sending them into a loop. That's why the numbers weren't increasing. They were increasing down here at the bottom. Well, let's put that in the category of things we are happy we found out now. It would have been annoying to think we would have, you know, 8 industrial storage containers full of sheets only to find out we had 2. Now the numbers are moving. We're not making enough ingots. I'm gonna guess it's due to our lack of silica. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to grab a little extra silica. If, for whatever reason, if we crash, we're calling it. But if we can get there and back without crashing, we'll hand jam some silica. I haven't put an external connection for the silica yet, so we'll have to drop it inside the factory. Did I leave my jetpack and the fuel? In fact, I went out of my way to make sure that I dropped the jetpack and the fuel, when really, I wanted to keep the jetpack and the fuel. It's the only thing I wanted in my inventory, actually. Whoops. Keep making that mistake. Oh boy. Well, it was close enough. I'm not even sure I'd count that as close. I would count it as close enough. Let's make some silica, shall we? And then I'm immediately throwing half of it away. That made a lot more sense when I absolutely needed points. Well, I guess you take what you can get in some cases. Whoa! Try not to bang our heads on that cliff. That could have destroyed our momentum. And then we'll just drop a touch of silica in here just to get everything moving a little bit. Obviously, it won't last long. And we'll just give one of these guys all the silica they could dream of. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna call it. So I think the basic idea is working, right? One walkway for scrap, ingots, and then the aluminum products themselves. And we could wrap it around for storage and the alumina solution. But I think for that, oh, why is this half? Two halves right next to each other might as well be one full. Four, three, and I might be able to shift these two. So 4, 4, and 4. Of course, for that to work, we probably need one more here. So now it's 4, 4, and 4. Okay. Thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Our products are primarily done. And we'll see you next time.